But the thing is, what you're doing is, once you actually do stretch it, even in the early stages, you get a little bit of room so you can get these muscles to work. And then it talks about, talks about how you're,
No, we were talking about shoulders here. We're going to continue this conversation because we're going good. You're going to fall into the middle of it, but this is super interesting. Come on in.
So as you're doing your exercises, your strong muscles will compensate. You just don't do the one that hurts until you get that compensation where you can do it. Yeah, so it's an everyday thing, so keep asking me help.
Welcome, guys. Here's the man, Dave. We were just talking about knee problems. If you guys are the ones that have watched the video from the camp, Darren had a knee brace on. I've had bad shoulders for all this time. Most of you guys know that. And he's talking about hanging to help the shoulders. A lot of times people get caught up into surgery with pills, and they end up on these pain pills, which is the worst thing in the world. Almost everybody I know that got started on Oxy is on at least half a dozen pills. Everybody else is on more than one. Everybody else is on more than one. But you can't get on Oxy because it starts messing with the liver, and then your kidneys, and then your this and that. And I have several people, some very close to me, that got hooked on this Oxy crap, and they went down that rabbit hole, that trail, or whatever you want to call it, and are now on at least, like I said, 6 pills, different pills, not 6 Oxy. I'm talking about Oxy plus this plus that plus 6 other things. So you got a book there that's really good for knees. This guy's like a knee guru, and he explains to me about shoulder issues and stuff like that. And so the reason I'm bringing this up, sometimes we need to research. I'm always and have been the think outside the box guy, and I started thinking outside that box and building another box while in that box that I could think out of. So I didn't just come out and think out of the box, I got that other box to think out of while I was out of the other box. So do some research, alternative medicine, herbs. I mean, again, take it as you may. Pharmaceutical companies, I guess they got to make their money too. But like anything else, if I'm in the business of selling hot dogs, I want to make the best hot dog. What is the best hot dog? Something that's appetizing, right? Something that you are what? The main thing, that you're going to come back and get another one. So if you're going to make a good pill, stands to reason that for it to be good, you got to come back and get another one. Wow, that worked. That took the pain away. Yeah, but it masked it and then gave you a bunch of other problems. So yeah, for them to get you to come back, it's got to be good. So they make it good for you to come back. Good at what? Good at masking that pain and giving you other problems. Same with the hot dog. You go back to that guy and get 30, 40 hot dogs a month, I'm sure life's not going to be good for you either. But that's the trick. If you make something good, they're going to come back for it. If you make something that's addicting, they're going to come back for it. And that's what people say. I mean, they use it as a joke. You hear it all the time. Oh my God, Coca-Cola's addictive. Oh my God, such and such is addictive. And it's true. Oh, I got an addictive personality. You know, words that we used to throw out in the cosmos or whatever you want to call it, and then they come back. You know what I'm saying? If you put it out there, everything we say manifests. It's just if you think hard enough and you feel hard enough, you can manifest anything, good or bad, right? So like you were saying, you're doing that hanging, all you're thinking about is stretching. I tell people when you're lifting, all you're thinking about is that portion of the exercise. So when you're doing this is all you're thinking about. Not water, not creatine, not getting bigger. You're thinking about the eccentric or whatever it is that you're doing at that second. This is what you're focusing on here. This is what you're focusing on here. When the weight is down, you're focusing on getting that breath back. You just keep watching the clock. So you got to really focus. But start thinking. If you're one of those people that's been on pills or started getting on pills, you want to get away from that shit. You want to get away from, the thought of, hey, I'm going to have to go for surgery. Hey, there's a point in on the term where you probably have to get surgery, but there's a lot of information out there. Just things being what they are, you got to dig for it. They don't make it as easy to find. You know what I'm saying? You Google something, somebody who's paying for an ad, their stuff's going to pop up. Somebody who wrote this blog that's so great, who at the end is going to sell you something. You notice that? Anyway, YouTube, TikTok, anywhere you go. Any little bit of advice they give you is just a teaser game advice. Nobody's giving you advice on YouTube for free. It's always a teaser game advice. Get you hooked, right? That's why they call it that in advertising. You have to have a good hook. That's what hooks the person. What do they say when people are addicted to something? He's hooked. Right? It's all intertwined. So when it comes to our health, man, you can't play games. Those bad knees, those bad shoulders, take care of it. Take care of Alright, I wanna work on, check this out, please. Please remember, there's a ton of things that I'm limited that I can't do, right? This is one of them because I got bigger and I got less flexible. But I wanna show the technique because there's a lot of guys with leverage like G. G's got really long arms, so even though he's not as strong as me, he can make a lot of techniques I can't make work because he's long arms. Joe, my student Joe from Orlando, he's long arms. Why are people calling me? He's gonna have to wait. I gotta put this phone down. But you see what I'm saying? So this one that I'm gonna show you is one that you can possibly teach to someone, or if you are one of those people that can reach. Okay, we're gonna go over the technique, and then again, this is one of the control techniques. Why? I don't know and I don't care why you have to control something, right? But you do. So I teach you how to do it, and then you decide, okay, hey, guy cut me off in traffic, seems a little crazy. You know how many people go back to 12-pound pills? How do you use the house all pulled out, drink all around pills, goes eat shit, jumps out of his car, says something, I'm gonna ass. Dumped him off the car a couple of times, caused more head injuries than nobody has. I don't know what this guy's life's about. That's why I just say, even if you're trying to kill me, I'm not trying to kill you back. I'm just trying to keep you from killing me. I'm not gonna take any chances, you know what I'm saying? And in being moral and in being a good person, I'm not gonna put myself at risk, but I'm gonna do as little damage as possible. That's just what I do, right? So some people show it from this, right? Some people show it from, let's say you're grabbing my wrist, right? And I can re-grab your wrist, right? So what they show is you chop up, right? You want to cut when you do it this way. Here's where you want to get. So however you get there doesn't make a difference, right? So let me show it from. No, I'm gonna show it from this side. Anyway, we're gonna do this so you can see it again, right? So I'm gonna go here, right? I'm gonna cut, right? I'm gonna get my arm. Once I can get my arm in, and I'm back here, relax, right? We're just gonna get the arm bent. See how I bent the arm here? And then what you wanna do is, having him in this arm bar, you reach across, and you see what I'm talking about? I can't really get here, so I gotta get closer to his wrist, so I can clasp my hands, and this is what we're going to do. Right? So here's where you want to get. So you're going half chicken wing, half the cross. So now you got him here. He's got that free hand, you can try to reach around and do whatever. But when this is across somebody's throat and you hide your face, again, when you're talking about controlling, there's always got to be, sorry about that.
So
There's,
you can yank this one.
no, I'm not trying to get, I'm just trying to
No,
get
no,
around.
feel free.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
This one's a little hairy, that's all.
Okay, so here's what you're trying to get. We all know how to do the hammer lock, right? So you're here. You're going to get this into the hammer lock, and this a little straighter here. This works, but it feels much harder. This is the way, my hands this way are the way to do it. Now, how you get here, there's a million ways, right? But this is the important part, so this is where we're going to work. Get it depending on your body. Like, when you're, think about it this way. When you're really doing this, people think, well, it's harder when the guy is fighting you. And it's true. And then people, I have a lot of friends that are like, well, at my school, we do this class, we really fight the guy. And I was like, well, the reason you can't do that, it's the same thing when we spawn, and as we spawn, boom, we're going close to the eye, we're going from bare close to the throat. And I'm landing close to the eyes and bare close to the throat. How many days a week are you going to sign up for that? The first time you're never going to sign up for it. You're going to figure it out when I poke your eye. Like, whoa, what the fuck? I didn't do the sparring. You're like, oh, I don't know part of it. Done, right? So you can't do this that way. Because the opposite of that, or the antagonist of that, is that even though on the street the guy's going to fight you with all these guys, you don't give a shit. So you can go balls to the wall, be ragged, be crazy, things pop, things snap, you don't give a shit. Here we have to be careful. So that's the reason I tell people, I can't have him resist me at 100%, because I can't do at 100% what I do in the street. I'm not going to blast his knee out so he does this. If I want your attention, I'm going to get your attention. So that's why, again, things that we don't listen to, people say, oh, the devil's in the detail, the devil's in the detail, the devil's in the detail. It's the detail. How you get there is simple, because this is what you got to look at, and you freaking picture this in your mind. You picture, you don't want chicken wings, right, or ham. They call this, whatever, this position, okay? And obviously, you know, the further back and away and up you go, it hurts more, right? So all you have to do is get that to happen wherever your arm, wherever it needs to be, right? So we're going to go here just so it doesn't hurt it. And then get this around, see, a little bit, so that you can do this. and this is what you want to do. Right? And you practice this 100 times. Once you've done this 100 times, the rest of it is easy. How do you get there? Just like if I don't teach you how to get somewhere, right? I just drive there, show you the place. Drive there, show you the place. Drive there, show you the place. Sooner or later, you're going to recognize the place, and because I took you there, you're going to pick up on stuff. And then we'll go back and I'll show you, hey, we're going to go past 10, down 9, 30, and then you start breaking that. So we're going to go backwards. I'm just going to get you to the point where you can do the technique, how you get into it. It won't matter because if you find yourself in a situation like this, let's say, with this guy or whatever, and you're like, all right, cool, all I gotta do is bring this here, bring this around here, there you go. Right? It's like, okay, right? But you gotta remember, this, and this way, see if you can see in the mirror. This has to be turned, right? Now remember, with you it's gonna be a little harder because I don't wanna bring your arm up here. But remember, when I don't give a shit about the guy, I'm gonna bring this, let me know when it hurts. As far as I have to get you, right? With your students or whatever, you're going to be careful with having bad shoulder. You saw, it's hard for me, like I said, it was way easier when I was smaller. Like this one here, I used to be able, this technique, let's say somebody grabs your wrist, right? And I chop here, boom, and I hit down or whatever, or I come through here, and this one here, okay? I can do this one easy. This one, when I get around you to try to do this hammer lock, it's not as easy. When I don't lift my shoulder, it hurts. So I have all these limitations. On this one here, you don't give a damn. You're trying to get this as high as you need to so that you can go like this. So his arm gets put in here. Now, we'll just go over a couple just quick so you can see. Right? Like I said, you're here. You grab my wrist. Let's say cross wrist, maybe easy. Right? You're going to grab my cross wrist. I hit you here. Bang. Right? I go right into here. So, here. Right? Chop on. Boom. Grab. Go into here. Once I'm here, and I come around. Boom. Right? And then if I can't reach my hands this way, like I had before, I can just S-screw. This is the S-screw. Right? Now I can't make it all the way through to do this. Right? I can S-screw. See how that gives me more room? I got less room here, got a little room there. Right? The S-screw business, this here is way harder to break than this one. And this one, if you got your thumbs in pretty good and you put the pressure on this so that it'll sneak out either way, it'll work good, right? So, we're gonna work on that one first. I'm gonna just grab the cross wrist, so you just chop cross this way. Boom, you get that bend to happen, get in there, there you go. See, I got really tight shoulders.
Man, yeah. Man, you're gonna crank that arm from way up there.
Because of my size, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you get somebody, a big person like this, or bigger, because I can't get my arm there. I wouldn't try that, right? Because it just takes too much work. You know, there's just, I used to have trouble with this other technique, but I couldn't. Oh, this one, right? To go around like this, and put you in this thing. I can't do that when I use my shoulder, right? To get someone, and I used to put my fingers right in here. When I was thin, I could do that technique easy. Now, getting through here, unless you're super flexible, I can't get in there. Because I'm tighter than that person. So, like anything else, people are worried about, oh, well, if you're too big, it affects your speed. Well, see, if you're too big, it affects a lot of things. It affects your flexibility. So if you're as a joint locking, you're worse. You're better off as a big boxer than you are as a big joint locker. Because if you're like this, you can't get your arms anywhere, and then when you get put, the bigger I got, the more it hurt when Grandmaster Brady put me in the locks. It was hell. The more muscle was detrimental for my flexibility, and it hurt like hell when you put me in joint locks. When I was thinner and I was more agile, it hurt less obviously because I would go further, right? And then there wasn't all that muscle mass that you just because of trauma. So I was like, oh my God, that hurts. So if you see how, try it again. Just get in there without even, you put that hand in there, get it in as far as you can. Put this hand in there. This hand in there. There you go. And now try to reach around and get the other hand to class. Never gonna happen.
No,
it's this far away. See what I'm saying? So a big guy can do it to a smaller guy, or two tall guys, as long as it doesn't matter if the other guy's strong. It's not a strong thing, it's like, can you get around? You can't get my arm. See, that's as far as I can put my arm. You can put your arm about 5 inches high. Yeah, look at that. Look at the difference. Turn on to the camera. That's as high as I can go. And my shoulder's screaming right now. Screaming. Big difference. And I can't get it. Oh, forget about it. See how close to the middle you get. Mine, I have to leave across here, because bringing even closer here hurts so bad. right? So that's gonna help you to be able to put that technique. So on someone who's not big, someone who's very flexible, you can slap that technique on. But the way the thing works, see, is when I come around here, we'll turn back around. I hook into here, boom, right? And I'll keep this one so I can bring this all the way around. Get all the way up to here, pin, okay? Turn. I'm pinning this here. And I come around and I do my S grip. Now I can't reach, so try to reach, it's not gonna be a good day for you. So basically it's just a half choke, half so, and obviously because I'm big, it sucks me being a partner. Just stick your hand in there, just turn it, there you go. Now get further around, further. There you go. Now slide your hand through. Get it out off my hand. Just slide, keep going, slide it.
Like that?
Yeah.
Oh, man, okay.
There you go.
Okay, yeah.
Got it?
Yeah, it wasn't clear until that moment.
See, you gotta let go of my hand.
Yeah.
But if I was like you, not big and flexible, way easier for me to do. So if you're the flexible guy and I'm the bigger guy, beautiful, which is usually the case because you need the bouncer. But let's just say you come across a guy, jumps out of his car, I don't know if he's big. If he's big, I wouldn't try that. If he's regular, right, and you throw him into that, hold him against the car, you know. But I'm saying as soon as he gets out of the car, you grab him, whip around the bang, take ears, boom, come through, being careful, hook in and be like, dunk, off the top of the car, chill out, bro. Push him back into his car, take off. If you see he's a mountain, you take him to hands. You take him to me. But again, the way to go is right back along and grab your wrist, you chop down hard, boom, to get that bend, slap him against the there you go. Then you go through, get that arm all the way through. Yeah, get that arm all the way through. And just pin it.
It's kind of like,
There you go.
oh yeah, so I have to move over to the left
Yeah,
to make it work.
Yeah, you gotta come tighter this way. There you go. Now, tackling your chest to my back. There you go. So I can't get my arm out. Now, can you get your hands touching?
Yeah, well, yeah. I thought, yeah, it's the, I just got to S grip. The other grip is still too far.
Oh, you gotta do this one?
I'm gonna do this one.
Okay. Oh, shit, is this thing still on? Now we're back on. Sorry about that. You grabbed my neck and your thing went off. All right. We don't know how long it was off, but it doesn't matter. You can obviously see I wasn't saying much. If this thing is off, I wasn't saying much. How are you, Sherry? Good to see you. Who else is out here? He squozded my neck and hit the, thank you for the purchase of the videos, Miss Sherry. Thank you so much for the support. And sorry about this thing going off. Is that Roddy Piper?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Holy youngness.
Oh yeah.
Howdy, Roddy, people. What was that? Was that movie music?
Yeah, they live. Remember? Come to kick ass and
Zombies?
fresh out of the bubble gum.
Ah, oh my God. Look, he passed away, didn't he? He's the man. Holy mackerel. I looked over and I was like, cool. All right, so we're going to do it again. Ooh, just watch that mic. You don't see the green light out. Bang, you chop through. Get that hand in there. Sneak all the ball. There you go. Now, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's fine.
Okay. Now, in route. Okay, one more time, slow motion. I'm going to try to talk while. Watch when he comes across to grab those hands. That's a real good time to do this. To get your hand there. It's a good time to do this. So as I grab, as you're coming around and hit hard. Boom, that makes my arm back. You sneak that hand. You see what you're doing? Watch. When you hit here, hit. Boom. And you bet that over. As you work this kind of person, grab that hand. Jack it up as high as you can and you sneak the other one in. Boom. And then you got that.
Yeah.
When you come across, go back to here. As you come across, hold your
Yeah.
arm. Boom. To get your hand over.
Yeah. Okay.
Close your fist.
Yeah.
No, here.
So
Close your fist and now punch through. So as you come through, boom, or open your hand. Boom. So any of those in route, turn. Back up a little bit. So in route to grabbing his hand, you can punch across the face. Boom. Look in, right? Pull me back. Boom. There you go. Okay? And you just work that and work that and work that. And the important thing to do,
Off again. No problem.
man, I don't know what's going on with this thing. These mics are horrible, bro. Hopefully we go to the next technique. It's not going to be as bad. now we're back. I got this other mic. Can you hear me out there in TV land? Hold on, give me 2 seconds so I can go on here and get on here. And hope and pray. Check 1, 2. All right, we're back on. I don't know what happened to that other thingy. I apologize, guys. Things are wacky. Right? So you got that. So it's simple. So what you want to practice is, turn on a second. You want to practice this arm being as high as you can get, right? This hand being in here. This hand being in here. Get this hand in here and your back all in. Right? And just reach it around. Once you can get way deep, you can grab. Now, it depends. If he's not very flexible on the shoulder, you need to get further here. See, look how far back my hand is. You see the mirror, how far back here it is, so I can grab that here, grab that here,
right,
or if I get through here, right, I can grab it further forward. It all depends. You know, I have to go. See how I shimmy myself?
Yeah.
When we get to here. So you can see, this is where you want to be. So you got a chicken wing and a hand choke. And this is, you just walk into something. And again, now that we work this, you got the same thing, work it 30, 40, 50 times, 100 times. Once you figure it out, then it's a matter of, okay, let's say we do the different course. So they do the same side, right? The same thing. Let's say I come in, whatever, or I just came in here, right? If I can pop this hand off, right, and then just hit this hard, feed it, right? Get this thing going up. Boom, I get around you, hook my hand in, whip around, and here, okay? That would be from a wrist grip. Let's say I can get behind you, any way I can get behind you, right? Let's say I decide to do this one. You grab my wrist, right? I hit you in the sternum, boom. You got a little bit of hard time breathing. I hook in here, okay, into the hand. I will start twisting the hand. I'm going to walk underneath, so I'm going that way. I'm going to step that way first. With this foot, I step a little bit, so you can see it. So I'm going to go through. Boom, there's my head butt. I'm going to come around. Once I get this hand off, see how I have you locked? Right? That's perfect. I'll just whip into here, sneak this in, pin it, and reach around. Right, so there you go again. Again, be careful with the trachea. You can tell, all right, unless there's something wrong with you, right? If you can tell on you, you can tell someone else, right? I just want you to say, these are the 2 words I want you to say. But first, give it about 10, 15 seconds, then I'll tell you what I want you to say. Forearm or bicep. Forearm or bicep. Okay, wait a couple seconds. I wait a couple seconds. Wait a couple seconds. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
I want you to tell me forearm, close your eyes.
Yeah.
Forearm or bicep. What's that?
Forearm. Forearm. Yeah. 1 second. Forearm. Forearm. Forearm.
Okay? You can tell if someone has their forearm. Not necessarily with the bicep, but let's say forearm or not. Right? You know if your forearm is feeling, your forearm, as the guy doing the choke, is feeling trachea, you could crack that thing when you squeeze. Just needing to understand. You should be able to tell if your forearm is across this or this. I mean, if I close my eyes, right, I'm just going to be like, oh, geez. Right, turn in, check whether this, all right, we're not done, all right, I got it, that's soft, that's not so soft, that's hard, that's, right, I can tell, all right, there's definitely, that is not the side of his neck, right? That is not the side of his neck. That is not the side of his neck. That's not a bone. That's not a bone. You know what I'm saying? You can tell it. It's meat or muscle or whatever, right? So even in the craziness of fighting, be mindful of where you're at. If you don't make it all the way across to where you're flexible enough to be in this position or this position, and you're here, and you start squeezing, let me tell you something. If you hear snap, you could be in deep shit. And what happens, that cracks, and if blood starts getting into the, that's how people get when you cracks in these windpipe, that's how they die. It's from drowning. They wouldn't be drowning on blood. They just start bleeding inside. inside, goes into the lungs. So you want to make sure you're not around here. If it's a life and death situation and something happens, but you're never going with that. You're always trying to do a choke, you're always trying to be here. Okay, look in the mirror, that's where you want to be. You don't want to be doing these kind of chokes. Man, that's bad news, man. That's really bad news. You can literally kill somebody. And then that shit gets real ugly, right? So, these are the things you focus on and you want to drill. You focus, now what I want you to do is, I'm going to grab you, I just want you to get behind me and put my arm here. Then turn this way so you see, so get to that position, right? So I grab you, boom, boom, there you go. See, there you know the position you have to be in. Where does this arm have to be? There you go. Where does your body have to be? There you go. Can you clasp them? Yeah. There you go. Right? And then you work that. And you work that. So I grab you again. Boom. Right? Get back, pull me up. There you go. Ah.
Different. It's always weird. Be different each time. Or
Find the one and just take that mental picture. Say, okay, where does my arm have to be? So we'll do it again. Tell me this thing is.
Yeah, it's on.
It's slow motion. So we'll do it. Boom. That's like boom. Right? You hit hard. Boom. That's what's the bend. You look the hand up. You get all the way there. Boom. You hit my face. There you go. Now start spinning around so you see it. There you go. See?
Not the long way, but
Doesn't matter. Right? You see his hands. You see his. You see his arm. My arm. And you can try to see how you get to see how everything works. Right? There you go. There you go. And again, be very careful with your partner. Like I have bad shoulders. Right now, it hurts. Right here. Right? So if you do this for an entire class, and you do it to me 40, 50 times, then you go home and just like, you gotta do that thing you talk about. Like right now, just on a regular, I can't get my own to do a lot better. So I gotta really start working, and I'm sure because of the way I work out, there's things that I'm doing this to my shoulder, that I'm squeezing it, I gotta get more loose, I need to go get massages, I need to go get adjusted. I don't have time for any of that. I mean, it used to be a problem of time and money, now it's just a problem of time and money. So, things change. Right? Again, slow motion, right? Obviously, you're going to find times when you get into a bump. Like the first time it worked great, the second time it didn't work so good, the third time, boom, boom. There you go. Push me back, push me back. There you go. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Now, remembering, don't worry so much about it's kind of difficult to get into it. If you understand the steps, when you punch somebody in the face because you got to get your arm across, you don't care. If you got to hit him in the jaw, hit him in the throat, or the side of the neck, not the throat, that's what you have to do. Here, like I said, training is more difficult here because I'm sorry, let's stand over here. Because you got to care about the partner. You just can't scratch your partner in the face. You got to be real careful. And let, you know, if you have, before we start getting into this stuff, you guys are the instructors. Ask, you know, and if you're not asking, don't be shy. You got, when we used to do jiu-jitsu and judo, guys would put tape on injuries. They'd come in, you'd see tape on the uniform. You know, up, bad knee. Tape on the shoulder, up, bad shoulder. You know, just like anything else. If you see someone with their fingers taped, does that mean their fingers are in good shape? Nobody tapes their fingers together unless they're hurt, or they don't want them to get hurt. Some people put a couple of toes together. I don't want to broke my toes. I was always taking them one over or two over. When I broke the little one, this one here, my shoes, this, you got to hear this story. I'm about to go to New Zealand for about 11 or 13 days. Normally, I don't ever remember my house having doors half open. I just don't. They just even look weird. So they're open, mainly closed. But like if whenever, I remember ever going into my room and the door's like this. It's either open or closed, right? So I get up out of bed, my bathroom door opened out. About 1 in the morning, my flight's like at 4 or 5, so it's probably taking a week to go back to sleep for an hour time to get up anyway. So I go like this. I don't feel anything, so it's a clear path. Problem is the door was right here, and I had missed. And I took one full stride right in the corner of the door. It took this little toe and took it literally on a 45. Just wait. And I heard pop, boom, yelling, screaming, I didn't know what to do. Turn on the light. Finally, I look down, and that puppy's back up. And it's starting to change color already. What do I do? I got this trigger. This is all going in my mind in like milliseconds. It's So I literally lift it up, those other toes went like this, bah! And then tape them to here. I didn't want to tape them this way. So I tape the little one to this one, and then the whole bunch together. Put my boot on, boom, took off. Flights get a little time, hours and hours. Let me just take this boot off. Mistake. As soon as I took that boot off, the big one, like a little bread. Couldn't get the boot back on. I left with my foot stuck into all the laces loose. All loose to put my foot into as far as I could and just walked up the like this. And I did 11 days worth of seminars like that. 11 days. You know how hard it is to try to get backwards when you're doing jiu-jitsu and this and that. And I was so important. People don't know. But you would imagine that just taking a full, because I went like this, goes in and took a full stride. And nothing just trap. So anyways, I don't even know how I got into this. Be careful. Right? When you're doing things, understand, hey, I got an injury, don't be, wishing. Let them know, listen, careful, I got a bad shoulder. Okay, thank you. Hey, I should have asked you first. Careful with my nose. I got a bad, septum or whatever this thing's called. Okay, got what you want to know. We usually put some tapes on. And then, like I said, when you saw it, we're going to put another one. We've been doing this one, right? Let's do this one. We're cross. We'll cross. Boom. See how you let it go?
Yeah.
Don't let go if you can. Boom. See after you break? Right there. That's like that. See? Boom. Now start walking yourself around. Right. Do it again, slow motion. Boom. Lift. Get it up to there. Right. Boom. Hit. There you go. Boom. Boom. Right. So let's do this with you. See it. See? That's a good spot to be. His elbow pointing down from my chin. My chin's going this way. Here. The further across he goes that way, the worse it is for me. And him, if he kills me because of he's going to jail and I take the third. Alright, so it's the same thing. Like right here, boom, you just hit, bang. Bring it around, up. Remember,
backwards.
There you go. Whatever arm, there you go. Line that up, come across.
Yeah, I'm building on here.
Okay, so you want to make sure whatever side, so you're going here, right, hit, boom, hook in. You see how you have the same side?
Yeah.
The same side is always through. So you're attacking this side, that side has to be through, keep going through, keep going through. Bring that shoulder closer to my shoulder. There you go. Closer, closer, closer. Bring your arm through. See how you left? You see how you're underneath? Bring your arm, there you go. Now get over.
It's not working.
Right.
Getting that high up.
Do it again. Boom. How was it that it was working before? That's where you gotta get to. Boom. Boom. There you go.
Yeah, you know, my arm was too far in, so I couldn't.
So you gotta just slide it. Alright, so you gotta slide it and make it better. So now again, that's something you work. It's not gonna be the same for you doing it to me doing it to you doing it to a tall guy, short guy. So that's why it's so important to understand the principle that you'll feel it, even though you can't see it. This part, you want this, is I go ahead and bring it up. On your own, on your own. There you go. So that's what you want to do. Figure that, and you picture that, picture that, picture that, picture that. I get my hand all the way up through here. So if his hand can get to there, I don't have a problem with being here, right? Bring your hand up a little bit, right? I don't have a problem getting here, right? And coming across, right? I can see how easy it is for me. But if he can't bring his hand up, right? I can go this one, I can go this one. Okay? This one, see? Because obviously, that's not the way it goes. This one or this one. Don't try to do that, because that just doesn't make sense. This hand has got to be this one. It looks into here, and then you keep your body tight. Very hard for you to headbutt me from there or do anything else, or go 8 bananas. I should have done this more over the, there are a couple spots peeps on the video where you can't hear it. I'm over there at one point here, but you can clearly see what I'm doing. So, like right now, when you're going out. I don't know what's going on with these things. They're not as good as they should be. And they're not Bluetooth, it's wireless. Possibly Wi-Fi may be affected, I'm not sure. It's not connected to Bluetooth. It's just like when you connect audio jacks. I don't know what the deal is. All right, let me get some of this here, because I touched my face. I don't like touching my face and I'm touching other people's faces. Who else we got here? Ah, Sherry's still on. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hope everyone's going to do it again. Thank you. in myself again. I gotta remember I'm still on. I'm trying to do myself so I have myself on the other one. This is like a 3 to 7 second delay. Alright, so I grab, let's do this one. Boom. Get in there. Start working your way through. Reach your hand up.
Thanks for that. Yes, so I'm really focused on this fulcrum here.
There you go.
Yeah.
See? Now that you know that, you'll start focusing on that fulcrum. And it's just a matter of practice. You come in here for 5 minutes and start working on that. And this is, again, another way of just using the control tactic. Sometimes you need to use it, sometimes you don't. Right? Now, let's use the same, just to be in the same spot instead of doing the lock. So we're going to go here. Now, I want you to turn so my hand is like this. And then you're going to take your knuckles and you just smash the back of the hand. But not for real. These knuckles. Up like this is what I'm going to do. Like this is back like you knock on the door. Right? Because it's going to be quick. You're going to go here so that they can boom. But this is the important part. I'm going to show you why. I grab, you turn and knock. Boom. And then as soon as you knock, you fire out on the bottom first. Bang. So, slow motion turn, knock. That's it.
Turn.
There you go. Turn and knock. And that's it. Turn. Just knock. Just 100 knock. 100 times. Boom. 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 You see how hard you're going like this? Boom. Like you're knocking on the door. I want that flex. I want you to just like bang. 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 Do, do, boom. Do, do, boom. That's a quick second. Red. Boom. Bang. Boom. Bang. And now you do the whole thing. Boom. Bang. Bang. Good. Boom. Bang. Bang. Good. Boom. Bang. Bang. Now, slow motion. 1, 2. I happen to get lucky and I block. Okay? Now what you do is you're going to grab my wrist, pull out of the way, right? And right with, it doesn't matter that I'm grabbing you. If you pull me, you'll be able to swing this hand also, right? So slow motion. Boom, knock, boom. I start this is going to re-grab my hand, okay? Now, see how you always you're going to turn my hand all the way, keep turning it, 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 keep turning it to here. And then you're going to do the same thing, you're going to knock. Just knock on my hand, on my finger, and anywhere on it, boom. People don't think, if I have your hand like this, and I'm like this, you're not going to be happy. If you can get my hand, watch, I'm going to show you once you get, right, you grab it like this. Boom, bang, and you stop me, and you stop this, right, I'll be able to turn this hand and go bang.
Oh, yeah, underneath, yeah.
So, you're just doing the same thing, so you're going to go bang, bang, okay, bang, 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 and I'm going to turn this, and the same thing, I'm like, you have to cross all these tendons here, so they can see here, you basically go like that, boom, like a gunting. For those of you who know how gunting, it just means defanging. You're always trying to hurt. If you can go into court and tell a judge you hit the guy 12 times and none of them were in the face, they're not even going to believe you. They're going to be so interested in hearing how that went down. Well, where did you hit him? Well, I hit him 12 times, none was to the head or body. Now it's like literally they're going to be like, huh, that's like the epitome of treating somebody, with respect and fairness. That they got a drug problem, you don't want to eat their ass. Bang, 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 bang. That's what you start isolating, right? Boom. So you isolate this one. Grab, turn, hit, grab. Oh, let's do this so you can see. So I'll let you do it. I'll grab this. Grab, turn, hit. 100 times. Grab, turn, hit. 200 times. Grab, turn, hit. 300. And okay, now we're going to go next one. Turn, hit, and back. Just boom, bang, bang. Boom, bang, bang. Boom, bang, bang. Boom, bang, bang. Boom. And after you do that whole shitload 100 times, and again, start doing that as you're doing it, visualizing the picture, so that when I'm not there, again, because I like to do this so that when you're at home, you can at least be like, all right, think about this. If I'm sitting in my car just driving, right? I can imagine somebody grabbing my wrist and me just going, boom, boom, right? And I'm going to go, boom, boom, right? And after I do that, right? So I turn, so I'm going to go, grab this wrist, right? So I'm just going to go, bang, 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 bang. And I'm going to go, So in slow motion, let's say I was doing a form, I would make it look flatter, right? I'd get grabbed and I would just go, boom, 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 right? But I'm picturing, he grabs me, top of his hand, right? I picture that, boom, I hit the top of his hand, right? Then I picture, well, when I turn him, or when I hit the back of his hand, and I'm picturing hitting the back of his hand. So now, when I do have you in class for someone, or because he came over and he's the most what's trainer and show my cool shit to do stuff over here, is, and you go, bit, boom, bang, right? There you go. Boom, good. So again, put it up, bang, hit, boom, I block, you grab the hand, you turn it, boom, you hit it. I grab, you gotta remember, what? I'll grab you tight until that happens. I'm not really thinking about that. This here, after you hit me here, bang, hit. And I see that coming, this is just a sign. This, whipping hand, grab it and whip it around. Boom, there you go. So when you grab somebody's hand like that, boom, it's gonna be right there. Whip it around and hit. I'm not thinking, again, from here, the last thing 90% of people, probably 99, are that they're gonna get hit in the back of the hand. They may think, you might try to punch me in the head, but they'll, if you gave them a list of 50 things, I doubt this one, bang, will even be in the top 50, right? So you turn, first thing that happens is, bang, I'm probably gonna like, oh, I see that coming, I go like this, you grab here, and you twist my hand, boom, by the time I can figure out, I'm looking to get my balance, turn again, and twist it, and then look to go here to, boom, and you hit as hard as you can. Boom, boom, boom. Don't believe me, well, I'll just go up to somebody and ask them to do that. So just have somebody, right, grab you, and then, or just you grab somebody, right, and have them go like this, and like that, like this, and like that. I mean, just feel, right, you're gonna grab me, and I'm just gonna go right to it. Boom, right? So if I don't want to go like this, boom, bang, bang, right, which I like is I go to the outside, keeps me away from that hand. You grab me, and you go, boom, that's where I would go. You grab, I go, boom, load this one up, bang, there goes that, stop that one, boom. As soon as you stop that one, right, grab it, right, even square, I'm gonna come around, spin it around, right, bang, oops, sorry, straight in, right? So all you gotta think about is this, right, you grab me, I go here, boom, you stop my hand, bang, I grab you, spin your hand around, crack. You grab me, bang, right? Grab my hand, right? The same thing. Now what I'll do is, I'll just punch straight down, right? And just one push this way, boom. Because remember, you're still, hold on to that. You're still holding on. When I hit, you're probably not going to hold on. When you do, it's not going to be that depth grip you had, because that's hurting so bad. So this is going to be loose. I'll be able to hit, even if you grab my wrist, okay? I'll be able to drop this down, boom. Or I'll be able to grab it, spin it, boom. Okay? Whatever way I feel like you go. And if nothing is happening here, and you grab this wrist, and that's rough, then I'm not going to try to hit you here or drop you here, right? I can do, just drop this, and I can hit here. Again, turn, right? I just drop this. Boom. Hit right there. Once I can get loose, this is not a comfortable position for him to be in anyway. I can just hook here, right? Get out towards the thumb. Spin this. They got his arm. They go right back. Boom. Get him in the face. Right? I want to practice that one. Watch. So I go here. Boom. Bang. Hit you. Okay? You grab me. All you got to do is turn. Right? And spin. Right? So you're gonna punch straight down. You're gonna grab from here. Right? Grab my hand tight. Like that, right? So just, you're going to take your fist from this grab. You're going to reach towards it, all you do is turn it, smash it, hook, pull, and pull into an arm. See where my hand is? This is the important part. I don't want to be out here doing this crap. This is what I want to be. Right? Slow motion. I'm going to grab you. You're going to go like that. Boom. You're going to go here. Hit in the face. I grab you. Right? So you're going to punch straight down, right? Hit the back of my hand, boom, grab right there, that one, open it, and then you're gonna just cut down like there's a piece of bread, up and down. So you go up, this goes up, while that one goes down. So you don't actually pull, you just have that motion, so you push them down with this one. Push. That's what you want to do again. Go. That's what you want to do again. When you feel it, get as close to the tricep tendon as you can. There you go. You want to get on that little teardrop drop? That hurts like a mug, or right above the elbow. Dead above the elbow, right there. Hard, doesn't feel good either. Okay? And then that's good. Boom. Again. Go harder. Go harder. There you go. You want to feel this. That's what you're trying to do. You don't want to go like this. You're going to throw them up. You don't want to go like this. You're taking this one. He's going to move my hand up. Down and down. See? That's what you do. But you're using the bone. See the difference?
Yeah.
Just push back up. Push. Does that hurt? No, it's just force, right? Down, now push back. That is good. So why not just use that bone? Then I'm gonna fight, it hurts so much. And then if you start doing this, it's just, I mean, I guess it's cheating. Start doing this and you slice the bread. Oh my God. Because if you get it just right, the muscle starts just grinding over the bone. Which just, the sound of the muscle grinds over the bone, like, right? So, from what I'm thinking, I go to, I don't know, whatever, you got your hands up, and I just grab your wrist. So you make a fist, or you just leave it open, either way, and then turn it down, punch straight down. Boom. Right? And then you grab it, the other one, pull down towards the thumb. Yeah, just stay up.
This one.
There you go. Right? And then keep pulling. Slide this one up and over. Now, see how you too far?
Yeah.
This does the hip, and then all that room. Make it bony part. There you go. Easy.
Yeah.
Doesn't take much. If you find the sweet spot, so, and you just, hey listen, I'm in trouble. And I grab your wrist. Turn your hand down. Start pulling it towards you. Grab. Pull it out of there. There you go. But you see what you're doing? Here, this is what I want you to practice. Grab my wrist. I want you to have it. There you go. What I want you to practice is this. As you're doing this, have this happen already. Right? So your thumb is going to be, so you're going to do the easiest way. Right? And then you start thinking about turning your body. And then you start thinking about pulling this like you got hold. Hold as tight as you want, as tight as you want, as tight as you want, as tight as you want. As tight as you want. See? That's what some people like going. After about 7 minutes of that, it sucks, it hurts. Because what you're actually doing, hold it loose. It's going to get to here, and you're going to pop like this. And this one's going to pop. Keep it very loose. Boom. That's what you're going to do. Listen to that again. You don't want to do that with someone's tight finger because if you get it wrong, that's going to jam. So in class, it's just you go nice and gentle, right? You grab, boom, I turn. Again, here I go. I point, you grab, I turn. I point, you grab, I turn. You point, grab, turn. Point, grab, turn. Grab, slide, pull. You see what I'm doing? Don't do this. That big circle, I'm gonna, if I could in a perfect world, I would go like this. See what I'm doing? I'm all covered like a shell. Boom. So what I just did, I never even lost contact with the natural contact. Okay? So, come on. You're gonna, to me, I'm gonna grab your wrist, right? Turn it down. Boom. Grab. See how you did it? Just grab it right there like that. As you're pulling it, you're pulling your hand out. Pull it to there, get it right to there. See how you're proud of yourself? There, you can do something that move here so you can get into here. Then pull up and push down. All it takes. And with your partner, it happens to be different. And I'm sure you've seen people who are just standing here and their arms down here, depending. Right? If you look at someone, I tell people this, that's why, and this is very important, guys, leverage, right? When people say, you get watch boxing, it says, this guy's got this reach, that guy's got that reach. And there's a reach advantage, right? Or we'll do it this way, put your fist out. Boom, boom, and obviously, we're not about the same, depends, I don't know, what's they swear. I guess they got a little bit of range once they start doing it, right? So, let's say they measure, this is the right way of measuring. For you to have, honestly, because then they do wingspan. Wingspan is totally different. Because let's say you have humongous shoulders and short arms. So when you go like this, your arm length is starting from here. My arm length may start from here, my shoulders are wide. So you may not even have a reach advantage. Your wingspan may be more, but wingspan is nothing for you in fight. And as big wingspan and short reach, that means you got a big back, which is usually not good for fighting. So now you get your arms out, and I measure you from here to here, and we're the same, but we're not from here to here. And then I measure you everywhere, and you're close but not exactly, close but not exactly, close but not exactly, close but not exactly, and then the same thing here, when you bend here, on only your fingers, right? Now, people are weird, some people have a long torso, long legs, some people have long fingers, it's the same thing. So this may be very beneficial for you. When you close, all that advantage you have, you just close it into your hand, right? Again, it should be one thing. So for you to have the same exact body as someone else, as far as jiu-jitsu, let's say everything's the same, flexibility, strength, muscle mass, all nine, you have to have every joint have to be the same. From here to here would have to be the same energy. From here to here, from here to here, because in everything you do, it makes a difference. How long are your fingers versus the rest of your hand or the palm? How long are your arms, including your back, which would be wingspan, or not including your back? So that's, again, a lot of shit. Yeah, sometimes I think a lot of crazy stuff, but fight every one of those little things makes a difference. So you see someone, with long fingers, long toes, that's the word. It's supposed to be like, please don't wear sandals. You ever see people wear sandals and their feet curl over? And then, bro, chalkboard nails freak me out. But if you've ever heard a woman's nails scratch concrete over her skull, it's like, ooh, my teeth rattle. They're sitting there and they walk in here like a dog walking on hardwood. I digress. Horrible, horrible. Is this thing still on? Yeah, sure. Boom. So who would use that? Well, it doesn't make a difference. I end up grabbing you. So you got your hands up. Oh, yeah. So you're the good guy. Yeah, you do like that. I grab you, you turn it down. Boom. You reach over and grab. You take the whole package and you whip it towards you. Right to that hip. So here, watch. Take the whole thing and just think that you're going to swing something out. Whip it right to your hip. Boom.
The whole package?
Yeah, whip it. Yeah. Boom. Whip it. Boom. Whip it. Boom. And now from there, you see how once you whip it to there, you whip this once. Right as soon as you get there, you just pull this out. Boom. And then now I'm already there, right? See how you use your body? Yeah. And you're going to take that up and over. There you go. And you see how you stay a little bit straighter up. And then more of a squat. No, while you're doing this.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Right? And now all those are little things that you start working on. That you don't want to look like this, that you don't want to be like this, right? That if I grab you, or I do like this, right? Anytime I grab you, that you're going to just take that hand and lean down for just 1 second, and just practice taking this hand and whipping it over there. So I grab you, whip it there. See? That's it. I grab you, boom. I grab you, whip, boom. No matter how strong I am, bro, I grab, because look where I'm at. I don't have base, I don't have strength. I can grab as tight as I want. Whip. And that's with one hand, right? So you're going to turn and whip. So not only are you whipping me over there, you're turn your hand down towards you, but you're going to reach for, let's say you have your gun in here and you're like cross carrying, right? So you're going to go like this. So you're going to turn your hand and move that way. Boom. Right to here. Yeah, so I go down. So you're going to turn it. Boom, you got me here. Alright, so now as you're turning, you're already grabbing, whipping it. Boom, boom, pull that one out from underneath, boom. Making sure you attack good. There you go. Make sure you're attacking that tricep tendon. So slow motion, grab, turn it downwards, go towards the hip, grab the top of my hand, pull that hand down, up and over, and now try to get closer to the elbow.
Closer down here.
Take the tendons and do that right there. Right.
Oh, yeah.
No more. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's hell, man. And you always keep your head over so you're not bottling up the energy. So you're sitting here, this is what you're picturing.
Yeah.
This is what you're picturing. Hands open, frantic, right? Hands open, boom.
Okay.
Here, right? And then you're thinking about that. Oh, it's like, it's almost like, then you're adding like an Indian version. That's just adding insult to injury. But, again, so now you're attacking the muscles, you're attacking the tendons. You're not hitting this guy in the face. You're not hitting him in the throat. You're not kicking him in the nuts, right? If need be, because you're getting caught for whatever reason, right? Let's say you're a cop. Let's say you work security. Let's say you're a bodyguard. That's when people have bodyguards, so that they get sued. They don't want to get sued. Think about it. Why does they're like, well, maybe we could still get sued. Yeah, but there's ways to get him sued. Because there's always, look, I'm not going to mention their names, but in wrestling. They threw a dude under the bus as he was the one peddling the steroids. Meanwhile, the dude running the show was telling these guys, hey, you gotta sell these shows, you guys gotta get bigger. And he was not only recommending and suggesting, he was almost forcing you guys to do steroids so they get bigger. And then when the shit hit the fan, you know, he picked one of his guys and like, he's the one that he brought all that stuff in here. Right? It's the same thing. Right? It's the same thing. So when you're doing these damn things, whatever you gotta do, you're gonna have to explain in court. Says, listen, I could hit him here, because otherwise, you know, Mayweather's throwing you under the bus. Hulk Hogan's throwing you in. They're gonna throw their, you know, I'm sure have insurance. But that's why they just supposedly, because I always think that's who are you afraid of? And that's what they want to put their hands on you when you're not sued. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure a good lawyer is gonna work right through that, because if my hired bouncer does something to somebody, I probably have some type of liability for him, I think. But anyway, that's the reason. That's where you see these dudes like Tyson all the time. And it's not like he's that much bigger. There's people way bigger than Tyson. Because you look at this guy's 5 much bigger than Tyson. Mayweather's 5 miles. He's got this house. But that's supposed to be the deal. So anyway, and you're explaining that you got grabbed, right? You got a free hand, you could have done this. Boom, you could have poked me in the eye. Boom, you could have backboarded me in the throat. Boom. And that's what you have to explain. You can't try to not say, oh shit, I'm not going to let them know you martial arts. Believe me, they got the whole dossier. They never ask a question they don't know the answer to. So if they were to ask you, do you train in the martial arts? You better say, shit, yeah. Twice a week, 6:30 to 7:30. My instructors always call me, and you got put up. Because if you try to hide, then already your credibility is gone. And then you explain, put your hands up. That from that grab, you could have kneed me so hard, I never would have had children again. You could have poked me in the eye and blinded me. You could have chopped me in the throat, but you chose to pull my arm close to your body, break away, and then put me in a lock. Man, that's not the epitome of being a good citizen. See? But that's the thing. You can't tell them just the head of what you did, right? Boom. Just explaining what you did. Most people didn't understand. Go ahead and do it. Boom, 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 boom. You know, I put him in the joint, like, yeah, but you broke his elbow. Well, you know, he was trying to attack me. But no, you already lost the battle. You should have already said. When he grabbed me, instead of explaining this causing infertility, or whatever the word is, blindness, deafness, or whatever, you chose bada boom, bada big, bada boom, bada bop, control, talk to him in that position. But you gotta do the whole thing. You gotta explain that from that brand, how you could have made this guy just good. You don't know. This guy said, I'm about to kill you. What if he pulls me in this? What if he pulls me in the head like this? Blah, 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 blah. This guy was mad. He had already told me he was gonna hurt me, kill me, beat me, this, that, or third. And I still chose not to blind him by my wrist. By poking him in the eye. Not to, boom, by doing this. Not to take his knee out and he can't have a walk. I chose to put him in a controlling technique, bring him to the ground, and talk him down. And it looks cool. Anybody can see someone poking the eye and making a throat. When someone sees this, if you are going to show exhibit A, whether it's a video you actually doing it there, and they're like, oh, what was that? They see you getting grabbed, and boom, he got this guy down on the ground. It's cool, I'm telling you, the jury likes that kind of shit because you want them on your side. Because those are the people you're trying to get. The judge doesn't matter how intelligent he is. The prosecutor doesn't matter how intelligent he is. You're a lawyer. None of that matters, bro. What matters is you got to be able to convince those followers, man. And that's where people get lost too. I don't care how great this guy can have a million cases. The prosecutor, same thing. That's on you. By you explaining your case, your lawyer answering the right questions to get that jury to see. Oh, it's blind the guy, take out his voice box, not about having kids, just put him in a joint lunch and let the guy in the box. Come on, man. You know what I mean? So, again, I grab, boom, you shoot across, pop, boom, pull it, boom. See how you pull it out there? Make sure you're going towards the front. So, slow motion. Once you put it over there, okay, and you grab over the top, make sure that you swing that towards the front. Boom. See how you're doing it? Skateboard. You want to pull, see? Right. Boom. Again. Boom. Again. Boom. See? And then you go from there. Boom. Until you get it. Okay. Beautiful. I want to see these guys knock me off with this nonsense. No, we're still on. All right, cool. I guess we went past the hours. I have it on lunch serve for now. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. Thank you, guys. Boom. Don't forget, video, it's available. We'll talk soon. See you Monday. Have a blessed weekend. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Wes. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, William, Billy, Bob, Tim, Tom. If your name starts with an A all the way through to a Z, anywhere in there, I'm saying hello. So it's up to an A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way up to Z. I'm saying pop, pop, see ya.